Welcome to our first hour of Court TV live on this Monday morning. It's great to see you. I'm your host, Julie Grant. This hour, we're in the state of Tennessee with testimony resuming in the Baby in the River murder trial for defendant Brandon Isabelle. He's facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder, allegedly for the deaths of Danielle, his girlfriend, and his baby, Kennedy. And before we take you into key testimony from Saturday, here's Court TV's Michael Ayala with the backdrop of the case.
On the first day of February in 2022, a police officer on a routine patrol finds an abandoned car with a broken window. Then, a startling discovery. Beside that car, the body of 27-year-old Danielle Hoyle. She had been fatally shot. Relatives told police Hoyle had her 2-day-old daughter named Kennedy with her, and she was there to meet with the baby's father, Brandon Isabelle.
Danielle, she missed by everybody. Like I say, young folks make mistakes, but that wasn't a mistake. There wasn't a reason to kill my daughter.
Brandon Isabelle admitted to police to shooting Danielle Hoyle and to taking their newborn to the Mud Island boat ramp, where he tossed the baby into the Mississippi River. The baby's grandmother talked with WMC TV.
I want him to suffer like he made my baby suffer. I want him to hurt. I don't want it to be easy for him. I want him to suffer. He needs to suffer. Why would you hurt a baby?
A 5-day search in the frigid waters turned up no sign of baby Kennedy, whose body has never been found. Brandon Isabelle is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse and neglect, and aggravated kidnapping. He has pleaded not guilty.
That was Michael Ayala reporting there. So now that you're all caught up on the background of the case, let's take you into testimony from Saturday. Yes, on Saturday, there was court in this case, and the state continued presenting evidence against defendant Brandon Isabelle. On the stand, we're going to see Lieutenant Jennifer Robinson with the Memphis Police Department, and she details the disappearance of baby Kennedy Hoyle and what they did in working to find her.
At some point, you get some information, you and your team get some information about where the baby might be.
Yes, we were told that he took the baby in the car seat and placed it down by the river.
Okay. What did you guys do when you learned that information?
We got in the car and went straight down there.
Was it mostly just at this point just the homicide team?
Yes, I thought it was. It was just our team. Like the other team had come to work as well, because now it was daytime. I started this at like 2 o'clock in the morning, but by the time it was daytime, the other homicide team had come in. So when we got that information, we immediately got to the cars and went on down there, because it was supposed to be near that park,
okay,
the park that's right there at the river. So we went down there, parked, got out, and just started walking around looking. And while we were doing that, a whole bunch of MPD marked units showed up. They all had the blue lights and sirens on. So I guess the information they got out, you know, and we needed more assistance because it's a big area if you're on foot.
Okay. And what were you hoping to find when you went down there? Did you have an honest hope that you would find them?
Yes, I hoped that we would find the baby sitting in the car seat.
Okay. What did you, if you could describe what it looked like down there, what it was like when you went down there looking for baby Kennedy?
Well, before that, I had only gone to that little park. So, you park and you walk around. It's a parking lot. It's got little walking trails and grass. But when he said he put it down by the river, that's when I had to go down, a part I'd never been before. I mean, it's got a lot of rocks down there. I mean, rocks bigger than my head. Gravel, mud, overgrown stuff, trash, debris. It's not safe at all to be down there walking around.
What was like the coloring and what was the area like that morning?
Well, although it was daytime, it was severely overcast, so it was real gloomy looking and gray. And then the area down there, everything's either brown or gray, and the rocks are gray. And it was raining and windy and cold. And so the rocks that are slippery and the mud, you don't know if it's like ground or if you're gonna step in, it just goes, get hurt down there.
And something caught your eye.
Oh, yeah. Well, of course, we were looking for the baby, and then there was just so much trash and debris down there. But after a while, I don't even know how long I was down there because there's little, I don't know what you might call them, inlets. Like once you stop at the park part, then there's a boat ramp, and then there's more trash, debris, trees, overgrowth, and then there's another kind of boat ramp that's more overgrown, and then when you keep on walking around, it's like a little inlet. Like you would think the river would just go like this, but no, there's like a little inlet where you can walk back there and just find all kinds of stuff, I guess. But I found the little baby hat.
What about it stood out to you?
Well, it was just sitting right on top of the overgrowth and debris, and it wasn't grass, but it's like weeds that are dead.
I want to put up what's been previously been marked, I believe it's Exhibit 4, and you indicated that its brightness and cleanness kind of stuck out to you?
Yes, because it was like in pristine order. And it's just a stark contrast to everything else that you see down there. How everything is dead, like the leaves are dead, the grass is dead.
Was there anything sitting on top of it when you saw it?
No.
You were the first person that found it, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And that's the way it was when you found it, correct?
Yes.
When you found it, what did you think? And what did you do?
I thought we're not going to find the baby.
And the process at that point is to do what? You call someone to tag the photograph and tag it?
Yeah. As you can imagine, that was terrible. So I was telling the people that were around me, because I mean, we were just fanning out, just wandering everywhere, just looking. And then I stayed by it and tried to get my lieutenant's attention. He was up near in the parking lot area, and of course he didn't understand what I was trying to say, because I mean, how do you say something like that? So I believe I called him on the phone, and I just stayed there for a while. It was terrible.
And this information, your find, what you found out there on that boat ramp, did you relay that to Sergeant Boyd and Winbush, or was it relayed to them?
It was relayed to them. I didn't tell them.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions for you.
Oh, Mike, can you imagine what it was like for that officer finding that little hat belonging to little baby Kennedy Hoyle? And if you're just now joining our coverage, baby Kennedy's body has never been recovered. And her dad, this defendant, confessed to police to throwing her in the river. Who does that? Who can do that to their child? This case is stunning to me. Absolutely stunning. Wonder what the jurors are thinking at this point in the trial after hearing all the evidence they've seen, the interrogation tapes, and finding that little baby hat on the riverbank. Let's bring in our legal analyst guest this hour. She's a trial attorney and the former president of the National Bar Association. C.K. Hoffler is with us. C.K., good morning to you. Give us your thoughts, if you would, please, on the trial and what these jurors are probably thinking.
Well, good morning, Julie. It was just, I cringed and actually teared up as well, and I'm sure you did, and listening to the officer, the lieutenant, talk about what she found, just envisioning, and I know that the jury is profoundly impacted by this, envisioning the debris and this baby who just is horrific. Everybody's a victim here, except for the defendant, of course. And understanding the tragedy of a newborn, a victim who a father would actually throw into a river, and to see that hat, that critical piece of evidence, and for him to just sit there dispassionate is just really stunning. It's shocking to the conscience. So I think the jury is probably very moved by the testimony, especially with the police officer being so emotional about what she saw.
Right. I love how you put it, CK. This would have a profound impact, as you said, on the jury to hear it from that officer. And I think anytime you have a case with a baby, a helpless child, isn't it just even more chilling when you hear about details of a homicide and motivation behind it? When we think about the kids that we're supposed to protect as a society. And this little baby, I mean, just brought into the world. I mean, she's an infant, 2 days old, and this happens. CK, we're going to talk some more after we hit a quick break. Stand by kindly, please. Friends at home, go get some more coffee. There was a Saturday court session. That's right. In this case, we've got all the unaired testimony for you coming up right after this.
My two best friends were just murdered.
Join me for a Court TV true crime series where we take you from the crime scene to the courtroom.
Donna Adelson hates every piece of grass that Dan Marcel ever walked on.
It's something that'll haunt all of us forever.
It always seemed like he was covering or deceiving.
This was a whole different level.
Victim to Verdict with Ted Rowlands. New episodes Saturday night, 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Only on Court TV.
Thanks so much for being with us on this Monday morning. Let's get you back into the baby in the river murder trial. Defendant Brandon Isabelle is facing multiple charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder. He's accused of causing the deaths of his girlfriend, Danielle Hoyle, and his 2-day-old baby, Kennedy Hoyle. The allegation is that he threw his own child into a river. Live court's going to resume this morning. While we're waiting, we're showing you unaired footage from the Saturday session. On the stand, an investigator with the Memphis Police Department. Here we go.
Go ahead, please.
For the record, we are looking at Exhibit 140. Officer Cole, can you describe for the jury what we're seeing here?
This is a sketch measurement of the scene.
And I'm seeing various numbers on here. What do those indicate?
Those numbers represent placards on the scene.
And is that how you mark, for a better term, things of interest?
Yes.
To your investigation? Right. Show you what's previously been entered as Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this photograph?
Yes.
And what are we seeing here?
That's a gray Chevy Cruze located on Levi Road.
And going to what's previously been entered as Exhibit 3. What do we see here?
That's the same gray Chevy Cruze. Facing west in the eastbound lane of Levi Road.
And Exhibit 4.
That would be the passenger side of the Chevy Cruze.
Exhibit 5.
This would be the driver's side of the Chevy Cruze. The front driver glass busted out. And there appears to be a bullet defect, possible bullet defect on the driver's side door.
Okay, and we've moved to Exhibit 141. Is this a closer look at that driver's side window?
Yes.
And you said a possible bullet defect. Are we talking about this area right here? And this has previously been entered as Exhibit 14. What are we seeing here?
This would be the driver, inside of the driver seat. Photograph of window glass and possible blood on the seat, driver's seat.
Are you talking about this right here?
Yes.
And now we're looking at Exhibit 8. What are we seeing here?
This is a female black victim laying face down on the ground on the south side of Levi. Her head is facing south and feet facing north.
Be clear. These are feet right here.
Yes.
And she's facing that way.
Yes.
And Exhibit 8.
We got a closer up photo of the female victim wearing a black jacket, black shirt, and black grayish sweatpants or pants.
And this up here, is that water?
Yes.
And now we're looking at Exhibit 142. What are we seeing here?
All the way to the left of the screen, number 1 placard. Yes.
Right here?
Yes. That's the female victim. Head facing south, feet facing north. Black clothing with orange shoes. And we got placard number 2, which is the Chevy Cruze, just north of the victim. That vehicle is facing west.
All right.
In the eastbound lane. And also we've got placard number 3 and 10. Those will be shell casings.
Okay, and now we are looking at Exhibit 143. What is this showing?
It's a different angle. The same female victim lying on the ground and Chevy Cruze just north of the victim.
And 144. What are we seeing along here?
Those are placards representing different various shell casings on the scene.
And what is this right here?
That's the gray Chevy Cruze.
So these are across the street from the Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
And then see some additional placards. Looks like maybe 12 and 13. And what are those showing us?
Those are 12 and 13 are shell casings. And you also have glass near,
Is it
yes.
right there?
Your placard 12.
Okay. And going back to the diagram, .140. Where on here are we saying placard 12 and 13?
Placard 12 and 13 is going to be in front of the vehicle, west of the vehicle.
And which direction is the vehicle facing?
The vehicle is facing west.
So, to be clear for those of us directionally challenged, we're facing where 12 and 13 are?
Yes.
And what are we seeing in this photograph?
It's a different angle of the placard 12 and 13 and the auto glass.
And for the record, that's Exhibit 146. Now, Officer Cole, when you were on the scene, did you collect some tangible items?
Yes, yes, I did.
I am going to hand you an envelope and see if you recognize it. Do you recognize that item? Oh, no, I'm sorry. The envelope that you were handed.
Yes.
And what is that?
These are different various shell casings I collected on this thing.
And to be clear, would you take a look inside the envelope? Now, each shell casing that you collected, did you give it an individual number?
Yes.
And could you let us know what numbers those shell casings correspond with? Yes.
We're going to hit pause on this testimony from the Saturday court session. That's right, they were in Saturday. These jurors worked a 6-day week to try to resolve this case of the state of Tennessee versus Brandon Isabelle. We're going to pause things, get back in the courtroom. We're ready for live court to start up this morning as well. This guy's going to trial after making a confession to police. Now, it is his right. But remember, the jury's seeing that evidence. They're seeing the confession. They're coupling it with all the evidence we're watching this morning from these officers who worked this very sad case. We'll be right back.
Would it be difficult to find the body that was thrown in the water?
Absolutely would. A body of that size. We only recover in the adults maybe 60%.
Would it be difficult to find a firearm that was thrown in that water?
Extremely.
Do you think it's likely you'd find a firearm thrown in that water?
It would be extremely difficult.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. We're watching the very best moments of testimony that came in over the weekend. That's right, court was in session on Saturday in the Baby in the River murder trial. Let's go back in.
All right, evidence packet number 3.
And if we could just hold off one moment. Okay, so what range of the shell casings does that envelope contain, the big one?
These will be placards, 3 through 11.
All right. You're going to ask that that be the next exhibit. So Officer Cole, starting with shell casing 3, you'll look in the envelope. Can you show us shell casing number 3 and tell us what that is? when you're collecting these items,
Yes,
do you remember off the top of your head every single shell casing?
I don't.
Do you have your report with you?
Yes, I do.
Would that refresh your memory?
Yes.
What is shell casing number 3?
My 3-wheel unknown shell casing.
All right. And would you, and if you could just hold that up. Great. And then what about number 4? And what is that?
That was unknown shell casing.
All right, and number 4?
4.
I'm sorry, we just said number 4. Number 5.
Same unknown shell casing.
And number 6?
Number 6 and 40 caliber shell casing.
Great. And number 7?
Same unknown shell casing.
Number 8?
This is so savage. I mean, think about it. This is so savage. If we believe what the state of Tennessee is alleging here, that this defendant didn't want to take responsibility for the child that he fathered, did no longer want to have a relationship with his former girlfriend, Danielle. And so the allegation is that he murdered them both, his 2-day-old baby Kennedy and his former girlfriend, Danielle. There's evidence that he was already in a relationship with somebody else at the time of the shooting. Wouldn't there have been better options for this guy? Let's talk about better legal options than homicide. Let's bring in trial attorney C.K. Hoffler. C.K., when we think about parental rights and child support, things like that, what are some of the options? If a person does not want to be connected to a child that they have fathered or a partner that they have previously been involved with, what may have been a better way to go about things?
Well, you know, Julie, there seem to have been thousands of better ways to go about things than homicide, a double homicide. Number 1, I mean, it's their choice to remain connected to one another. He did not have to remain in a relationship with his ex, but he does have responsibility for the child, or he could have terminated his parental rights. But he did not have to kill his former significant other and his child. He just did not see, did not explore, did not even bother to think of the thousands of other options that could have been out there. He could have had access to people who could have even talked to him about this. He's not the first person confronted with this situation. But to be this intentional, this deliberate, not only not want to take responsibility for his child and for the fathering of that child, and to not want to pay child support, and to feel that the best way option out of it, and to actually think this through, is to kill the mother and to kill the child, is savage. Savage is the word, Julie. I agree with you on that. But he had tons of other options. There are child protective services there, and if he didn't have money to hire a lawyer, a domestic lawyer, family lawyer, to help him through this. There are many services that the state can offer that he would have had at his disposal, other than to kill his child and to kill the mother of his child. So it's horrific, it's savage, as you said, and it's truly devastating for the family and everybody involved, even the officers that were on the scene, to look at this terrible, the scene of the incident, the scene of the murder, to go to the river to discover the baby's hat. All of that has an impact on everyone that touches this case, everyone that touches these homicides. So it's just savage, as you said.
You're so right, CK. Lots of, tertiary victims, as you noted, other people impacted, not just the primary victims, Danielle and Kennedy, but yes, their families, even this own defendant's family. I mean, he has wrecked his own life. I mean, going through this, we see the confession on tape. I mean, so many people saddened, disgusted, horrified by this. It's one of those things where you wonder, how could someone kill their own child? And you answered our question, the legal question, can one terminate their own parental rights? Yes, and CK, you mentioned there are options, places that do pro bono work, county services where someone can go even if they may not have the money to hire private counsel, where they could go to try to find some options, anything other than this kind of violence, right?
There are many other options, and many other options that would have been available to him easily, readily accessible.
Yeah.
So it's just unfortunate.
It's so bad. CK, I'm so glad you're here. Stand by kindly, please. We're getting ready for court to go into session this morning, and so we've got that unaired footage. We're going to hit a break. When we come back, we'll show you a little more of that case. Let us know your thoughts. I can't believe this guy's at trial. That's me personally, but he's got a right to be. He has a right to be. And also, I'm getting word that we also have closing arguments getting ready to start in the case against defendant Jeffrey Spence. So that is coming up as well this morning. That is the plotting parents murder trial. So I want to show you a live look. I'm being told we expect things to be getting started up very soon. They're busy Monday morning here on Court TV. We're glad you're with us. Stay tuned.
A death in the Deep South.
But was this killing a family affair?
Both the mother and daughter have taken plea deals.
Now the father faces a jury.
The plotting parents murder trial. Live coverage today on Court TV.
4 dead students. None of it seemed to make any sense.
He was evil.
What devastation.
All I can do is scream.
Victim to verdict with Ted Rowlands. New episode Saturday night, 8 Eastern and Pacific.
Only on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Julie Grant. We're watching the Baby in the River murder trial. We're playing you some unaired footage from Saturday's session. That's right, there was a Saturday court session. Look at these two victims on the left and right of your screen. Little baby Kennedy Hoyle, just 2 days old, and the baby's mother, Danielle Hoyle, allegedly murdered by the man in the middle. That is Brandon Isabelle, the baby's father, Danielle's former romantic partner. Let's go into the courtroom again. We've got an investigator with the Memphis Police Department describing what evidence was collected from the crime scene.
Yeah, WMA 17. Shell case.
Number 10.
Number 10. 40 caliber shell case.
And number 11.
Shell case.
And officer, can you tell the brand of that shell casing? The 9mm, number 11.
MXT.
Now, are all of those shell casings 3 through 11 labeled on your diagram?
Yes, it is.
And so, looks like 3, 10, 14, and 11. Is that behind the Chevy Cruze?
Yes.
Okay. And then you have on the opposite side of the street, it looks like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is that the additional shell casings?
Yes.
All right. Now, you identified a few of those as unknown. Why is that?
Because we had, positively knew what type of shell casing it was.
And why wouldn't you be able to identify it?
Of the markings.
All right. So there just wasn't enough to identify it?
Yes.
And then I'm going to hand you another item, see if you recognize it. Do you recognize that item?
Yes, I do.
And are those shell casings corresponding to placards 12 and 13?
Yes.
All right, ask that those be the next exhibit. Now, officer, would you take a look at those shell casings? What caliber are they?
Both of these are 9mm shell casing.
And would you take a look at each shell casing? Okay, which one are you looking at right now?
This is number 12, evidence plaque number 12.
All right. And can you tell the brand of number 12?
Brand's going to be Hornady.
All right. And would you take a look at number 13 as well? And can you see the brand on that one?
It's also Hornady.
And to be clear, that 9mm Hornady casing, the two of those are up here 12 and 13 in front of the Chevy Cruze
Yes, in front of the vehicle.
with some glass.
Yes.
Going through those cartridge casings one by one shows you just how brutal this was, the shooting death of that brand new, mom of a newborn. And she had an older child, I believe 8 years old at the time, but had just become a mom again for the second time to this baby, 2 days old, little baby Kennedy, and then this happens. Let's talk a little bit about the fact that this defendant is not facing the death penalty yet. Tennessee is a state that has the death penalty, and we saw a case with very similar facts just play out in Florida, the same scenario, with a different romantic partner. Someone kept a secret, the baby, in that case, it was an unborn baby, but that was a capital case. I'm wondering what played in here. It seems to me they've got all the evidence. Love to get my guest analyst's thoughts on that. Attorney C.K. Hoffler on the show today. C.K., curious if you have any thoughts or an educated guess why these prosecutors in Tennessee are not pursuing capital punishment for this man.
I've been thinking about that from the beginning because, quite frankly, Julie, I'm with you. I'm wondering why we even have this trial. I imagine that there would have been some type of a plea, and maybe the plea would have included him not receiving capital punishment. So it really is baffling to me as to why this case is not being treated as a capital case because all the evidence is there. And as you said, there are other cases, and there are actually cases that are not quite as egregious that were capital cases in Tennessee. So the only thing that I can think of, it may have something to do with the plea, and maybe there's some negotiations going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of, because this defendant has already he already confessed. So this is very unusual.
Right, my friend. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that I'm not alone in feeling, baffled by this. You're asking the same questions, CK. Yeah, it's and like you said, there have been cases that perhaps seem to be less egregious circumstances where we've seen capital punishment pursued, and so we know prosecutors have discretion. I'd love to get an answer as to why they haven't pursued it here. Maybe after the conclusion we will.